Today I'm going to be replacing this light fixture with this Ring camera. It's a Ring Floodlight 2.0 camera. First step, I'm going to cut the power off at the lights. So good on here. Lights are 6. 6 is here. So I got this Ring Floodlight camera 2.0 on Amazon. It was like 150 bucks if I remember correctly. I really like these cameras. We put these on our rentals. You can see there's one above each door. And it really helps with seeing motion whenever guests leave and our cleaners arrive and leave. So that helps often. Also liability purposes. So these cameras are a really cheap investment in your business's financial future. So I highly recommend them. I like that these cameras have a motion sensor on them, so you can have it programmed so that when somebody walks by, the lights turn on automatically. You can also schedule when the lights turn on and off. I like to have lights turn on when it gets dark and turn off when the sun comes up. For liability purposes, I don't want someone to trip, so I want to ensure that the lights are always on at nighttime. So we do that as well. The software's pretty cool because it allows for if a person goes by. So it actually, with its programming, it can see if it's the shape of a person. It'll only record if it's a person versus like a balloon going by. So that helps save on bandwidth and not having to save so many different pieces of movement. Like if a fly or a moth flies by the camera, it won't actually record that. So I love that feature too. These things are awesome and they're so easy to install. So here I am, I'm about to start. So first step, I'm just gonna get this light fixture off. So in this setup, this wiring in this house is new. I have a white wire and a black wire that's constant hot. And I have a copper ground right here, which is the exact 3 wires that you're gonna need on the camera. I'm gonna be switching out the mounting bracket with the one that was supplied with the camera. When you install the supplied mounting bracket, make sure you put your wires on the top side of the bracket. This is important because the next mounting plate, you can see that it says that up is going on this way. So if your wires are on the bottom section, they're gonna get covered. Next, you're gonna select the type of screw depending on the length that's gonna fit your configuration. I'm gonna use this one, it's about 1 inch long. And just tighten that in real good. This should be very hard to move. You do not want this to lift, especially if you're not in a situation like where I am. I'm completely covered by a roof here. So rain will be challenging to penetrate this. It has some cushion along the edges here. But if you want, you can put some caulking around the edge here if you really need to, depending on where you're mounting this. You don't want rain to get on the back side of this and, you know, get in touch with all your wires. I have the camera now, and there's this awesome strap that you can hang onto the bracket right here while you do your wiring work. I really like this model because it has this. They haven't always had that. So it really makes, you know, trying to twist all your junk together pretty simple, because you're not trying to balance and hold this at the same time. So my situation's pretty easy. Like I said earlier, I have a black wire that connects to black. My white wire is going to connect to the white one, and then my ground is going to connect to either this screw right here or to my ground wire, which is really small and short. I don't know why it was cut this short, but I'll try to work with it, make the best out of it. So I'm going to wire that up right now. Okay, I got everything capped and connected. Ground is just tucked in back there, but it's there. So now I'm gonna push these wires into this recess here, and gonna connect the camera, push the camera into it. So then you push the light fixture in so that these screws are exposed, and then you put these bolt caps on. In my case, I'm so lucky that Ring sent me the wrong color, so I'm gonna have to contact them to get the black ones, because that looks a bit silly with two white dimples looking at me, but that's okay. So then you tighten this up. Their screwdriver that they provide, the end comes off and you're left with a hex hole that perfectly fits these right here. So just twist it to tighten. Twist until hand tight. You should be able to shake, make sure it's good. Readjust your lighting as desired. Make sure your camera is the right side up. When it comes upside down for the box. So flip it down, peel the little plastic that's on the top right here as well, and then you're ready to flip your breaker back on. If it works, this is gonna start blinking blue. Let there be light. If it wants to work with me, come on. There we go. Oh yeah, forgot. I need to bypass this switch, but that turns this off. I'll make another video about how to bypass a light switch. Now you can see it blinking. That confirms that we have power. After a few seconds, you'll hear some noise. So it's ready to be programmed using the app. All right, so here the first step is you're going to need to scan the QR code of the camera. So it's located in the box or on the back side of the camera. I kept my QR code off, just for security reasons. You're going to name your camera once it loads up. I'm going to call mine cottage number 5. After that, it's telling you to do a few steps, like asking if you've removed the film, if you've installed it. It wants to connect you to the Wi-Fi because it needs to enter a setup mode so that it can update its software. So you're going to next through the options and connect to the Wi-Fi that you have. And it's going to connect to it and then also start updating its software, which will take roughly 5 to 10 minutes. But you can do other configurations in the background while it's doing that, which is what I'm going to do here now. So I turn the sidewalk mode off. Sorry, I'm going a little bit quick through this. I'm going to skip inviting other users. I'm not going to connect it to other devices. I like to do optimize motion, and I like to turn off the alerts, but just keep the recordings. We look at our cameras if there's issues or as we need it. We have too many cameras in our portfolio to get constant alerts for every motion. Something else I like to do is a light schedule. So I'm going to make it so that the lights turn on and off by default every single day at dusk and dawn. So that's what this configuration is. It looks like it is requiring a name, so I'm just going to call it night. It doesn't matter what it's called, and it looks like it's still requiring this setting right here, keep lights on. So click Save Schedule. So now that's going to come on automatically. It's a pretty nice feature. All right, it just said setup successful. And now for the final touch, I'm gonna pop this sticker right here in the corner. I'm doing this one-handed, so don't make fun of me if it's crooked. That's pretty good. All right, and here I am on the live recording. Woo! Just wanted to make sure everything's working great. I'm going to adjust the location and we're done.